All right, this is a question you should ask yourself frequently. Here it is. What season are you in right now? Now, I want to say I grew up in a four-season area, Eastern Washington, and my favorite season was fall, when the summer nights would kind of still linger a little bit, but you could catch that little bite in the air and the leaves changed. I love fall, except for one thing. The only thing I didn't like about fall is it led to my least favorite season, which is winter. Now here in Northern California, winter, how do I describe it? It's about 3 weeks of rain and maybe a little fog, but I still hate it. I cannot wait for the sun to come out. I need the vitamin D. You see, in each and every season, we have a different response. And when we're unaware of what season we're in, we can be tempted to think, oh, this season will last forever. This is great. Or we could be tempted to think, man, this season will never end. This is horrible. But each and every one of us is going through a season. And here's the thing about seasons. They start and they end. So if you're having incredible success right now, don't write your book. That season will end and you'll go through some harder things. If you are in a dark season, a trial season, keep going because that season will also end. Here's the biblical point. It's made in probably every book of the Bible, especially made in 1 Peter. Here's the point. Every one of us will go through suffering. Every one of us will have good and hard seasons. So what does the Bible actually say about this? 1 Peter 1:6, here's a good verse for you to think. In all this suffering, you greatly rejoice, though now for a little while you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. It says this, when you go through the seasons of suffering, you rejoice. What does that mean? It means you return to the source of your joy. You say, God, I can't trust this world. Bad seasons happen. So you return to the source of your joy. Here's what he's saying. Don't let the source of your joy be seasons. Let it be God and your relationship with God. This is a hard message for us because we are anti-pain. Us Americans, we work hard and we do a good job. I actually like a lot of this. For instance, we take 25 billion doses of Tylenol every year. I think I take 24 billion myself. And we take 30 billion doses of Advil. Look at our dentistry. When I was a kid, man, you got in the dentist chair, he put a knee on your chest and he started stabbing you with a needle this long. Now, man, we got soothing music. We got VR goggles. We got videos playing. They put a little numbing agent on your gum so they can get a little tiny needle to not feel like it hurts so they can put the bigger needle in there. We anesthetize to anesthetize to anesthetize. Well, that's not bad, especially for dentistry. But in life, we got to accept this. We're going to go through something hard. And when we do, our response has to be doubling down on returning to our first love in Christ. If you know someone's going through a hard season, would you just send this to them and say, man, I'm praying for you. And I'm praying that you would double down for the source of your joy, which is God. And if you're personally going through a hard time, I want to ask you right after this video stops, just spend a minute and pray. Say, God, can you allow me, by your grace, to find my joy in your love for me, your forgiveness of me, your direction to me, instead of my circumstances? God, let me know how good you are so that I can walk through this difficult time.